Hello, thank you for tuning in to this week's section of reads. These readings are valid for whenever you come to them. This should be on the YouTube channel James 13 Wicca in case you're seeing it somewhere else. The dice and decks I'm using are listed below. Of course, if you'd like a direct reading from me, shoot me an email, jamesforastral@gmail.com. That's James the number 4, astral@gmail.com. If you're interested in the donation information, that's below, same email. And without further ado, let's get into your selection. Hello, Scorpio. Thank you very much for tuning in to this week's read. These readings are valid for whenever you come to them. That being said, what do we have for Scorpio? Everything's going slow all of a sudden. Why is it going slow? Moving out of an energy that was not working for you, that's for sure. It is tilted a little back. And the question is, will stability be showing up in your favor? Now, with stability, if it's showing up in your favor, it's basically not holding you down. It's something you're able to work with on your terms. So that's why I'm kind of like, is stability showing up in your favor to where, okay, this like X amount of money, I can do this, I can do that, I can do that, versus like, there's X amount of money, but I have to jump through these hoops to get it, and I'm only allowed it at this time in this way, that type of stuff. What is that? 5 of Swands. 5 of Wands is conflict around this situation. There's conflict all around this situation. I'm definitely going to need these for this. We're trying to get to the 10 of Pentacles in your favor. This can easily go your way. Easily? Yes, if you see it in the proper context. It's being ready for it before it shows up, so that you can position yourself in relation to where you want to be. It reminds me of like, if you're going to a show, for example, this is you choosing your seat versus just like being stuck next to like the door, or being stuck next to the speaker, or being stuck somewhere where you don't really want to be. You could still see the show, but it's like if you have to deal with annoyances the whole time, it's not as good. Versus like you decide, I want to be in this row at this part so I can see everything, I can experience everything, but I don't have to deal with people walking in and out or the speaker being right in my face. That type of thing. The devil is here. Scorpio can roll with the devil energy and make it more palatable to what they want. This is one of those things where it's like getting ahead of the schedule can be like what you need to like, all right, these are going to be the restrictions for this, but if I can see this before I get there, and I see the boundaries before I get there, I can start moving quickly and put myself where I want to be. Sure, once I'm in my seat, that's my seat. All right, fine. But if I get ahead of this far enough, I get to choose my seat, and I might be able to choose some other people around me too, and kind of like say, hey, move in with me, come over here with me, and we can all hang out together, and this can be a good situation for not only me, but for all of us. I'm not one to like look at the devil card like, oh no, the devil. I'm more of like, all right, what is the devil trying to tell us? What is it trying to give us a heads up about? What are the restrictions or boundaries? The devil can be very difficult, but the devil, if you also know how to work with it and see what it's actually showing you, you can actually put yourself in the position to make it work to your advantage instead of against you. Right now, I get that we're moving out of a time where things were not as pleasant. There's a very strong energy I feel like we're moving from, where I might have been more held down by the system. The system? What is this? The Hierophant. Yep, the Hierophant. Even though there was a lot of bounty here, maybe that's what actually held you there. This reminds me of people that I've known that were actually Scorpios, ironically, who put up with jobs they didn't really like, but they had families and they had bills that needed to be paid, and they weren't going to mess with that. There was certain benefits with the job, even though they didn't like the job. It did make everything else work out, and they did what they had to do for the reasons they had to do them. This period of time, maybe you've had a job like that, or maybe there's a situation that's moving on, it used to be like that, or maybe you've gotten used to it being like that. That energy needs to move on. That energy needs to move away. It had its time. It was what it was while it was what it was. And it may feel like, currently it may feel like I'd like to believe I have power over that, but I don't really know if I have power over that. This reading is supposed to click in saying, you do, but we got to move slowly and carefully. Even though they're saying we want you to know what's coming up, we want you to position yourself in a power play, in a powerful place. It may be also something you need to do more covertly. In my opinion, Scorpio can be very covert when they want to be. You know how to work things. You know how to, like, what needs to be known at what time and what needs to stay private. You guys usually are very good with secrets. Usually Scorpios are extremely good with secrets, actually. Is that the Ten of Swords? Yep, that's that energy moving on, though. This is the energy moving on. We don't want to keep in this energy. We want to move that Ten of Swords away. It may be more private. Sometimes I've even known situations where I've actually had jobs like this. If you seem like you're enjoying your job, people get bent out of shape about that. And people want to be a problem for you because they're not happy. If they're not happy, how dare you be happy? And they will give you a hard time and cause issue. You don't want to look like you're, held down by the situation, but at the same time, you want to be very well aware of other people with that attitude and not get their attention because you don't want them causing you issue. I'm not saying that's right. I'm just saying that's how the world works sometimes. I think of that a lot. When I see people do that, I'm just like, what type of person is that, really? What type of person is that where if they're not happy, how dare you be happy? Not really a fan of that type of attitude. I don't really... And sometimes people have tried to validate it to me. I don't really think it's validatable. Granted, maybe you're not happy, or whoever this person is may not be happy, but I don't understand how dragging somebody else down makes their situation better. I don't get that. Completely foreign to me. But I would also keep an eye out for that. If you notice people like that around you, manage that correctly, but also, like, maybe look a little bit closer to what that person really is like. I'm just saying. Because that might give you some other insights that might help you down the road. This is the Magician and the Seven of Cups, is that? Use my glasses again. Yeah. I know I already said it, but, like, there's maybe more to that. People with that attitude, keep an eye out for them. You definitely want to be aware of how they're treating people, but you also want to be aware of opportunities that might come your way because of people who do that. I don't know. We have to go farther down the line to find out exactly what that means, because, I'm not a fan of people with that attitude. Definitely not. But it may help you kind of move things around. People like that, I feel, tend to make more enemies than friends. So keep that in mind. The enemy of my enemy is my friend. One of those things might come forward. Not saying you have to do anything. just heads up. Yeah, because the Emperor is here. Emperor doesn't really like that attitude. At least the energy I'm getting off of this card, the Emperor doesn't really like that attitude. I got the Ten of Wands reversed, and I got the Temperance reversed. This could stop the Emperor in their tracks. I'm not saying it could be the Emperor themselves, or it could be somebody that the Emperor doesn't like. That's not a problem I feel like you need to get in the middle of, but this might be this energy, because I keep getting this, like, if I'm not happy, nobody has the right to be happy energy going on here. Could be the Emperor, if this is in a negative place, or it could be the Emperor dealing with that person. You don't have to be in the middle of it, but they're saying watch the outcome and leave yourself open for the opportunity. Why not? If you see it, why shouldn't you have it? I'm just saying. There could be an opportunity that's born from that. What is this? It's Seven of Pentacles? No, Wands. Be careful. Be careful what you will and won't be a part of. Bide your time, but don't stay completely on the outside. Bide your time. Don't stay completely on the outside if you want the benefit of this situation. There is this perception like, well, I have to keep active in it to a point. I just have to be careful about how active I am. I don't think that's quite on point with the situation. It's almost like, yeah, I have to talk with this person daily, and I have to let them know I know what they're going through, so that I can be in a positive place. I don't think it has to be that intense. Did I say that right? I feel like I said that right. Maybe there's somebody who's going through this process, and it feels like I have to talk to them daily, and I have to acknowledge the situation daily. Maybe not a lot, but somewhat. I just have to be careful what I say. I feel like that's not how that has to go. There's another version of this. Instead of being in contact with that person daily, it doesn't have to be daily. Maybe every other day, every third day. And it doesn't have to be about that subject. But when the door opens for that subject to be corrected or cleared away, that's when you bring that forward. When the moment comes, talk about it all at once and in a way that moves you forward. It's an option. You don't have to do it that way, but I keep getting like, it may seem counterproductive or counterintuitive. Because it's kind of like, I feel like I have to talk about it constantly, but I just got to be careful what I say and when I say. I feel like you can wait till the opportune moment. You can hold off to the side, keep talking to this person, not as much, but not about that subject. But when the moment comes, then bring it all forward at once, what you want, and do what you need to do there. I hope I said it right. Did I miss anything with that? No, they're saying don't move forward till it's time. You don't have to keep talking about it. There's something where there's some type of like, I feel like I need to for some reason. I'm getting like, you don't. I don't know. The thing is, Scorpio is usually really careful about when they speak and when they don't. And they're really good at, you guys are usually really good at picking up what's going on around you without people realizing it. And I feel like that's the point, to not bring that forward till your actual opportune moment comes forward. But there's this stress point where it's like, I got to let people know I care. People know you care. Holding back or just keeping busy. Scorpio's good at keeping busy. Just keep busy with other things. It's not going to go against you. What is your outcome for this? Great question. The Chariot, and what's the other card? I think it's the Queen of something. Queen of Wands. Okay. The point is that there's going to be a lot of conflict around this situation. The Five of Wands is here. The Phoenix is here. The Lord of Gratitude and Service is here. They're all over there. But the thing is, for you to not have to get in the middle of that and to not have to deal with it, it's almost like I feel like I have to deal with it. They're saying you don't. Wait for your moment. Wait to get what you want. Get what you want and let other people sort out their own problems. That might be the actual best way to handle this, because you don't have to deal with the mess. And these people who want to be a part of that mess, maybe it's on them. Maybe they need to learn their own lesson. It might be better for them if you get in the middle of that, and it may take a lot of stress off of them, but maybe that's not for the best. Maybe they need to be in the middle of that stress, and that'll help them make different decisions next time around. Are we done? Oh, okay. We're done. All right. Hopefully that helps. Thank you very much for watching. If you'd like a direct reading from me, shoot me an email, jamesforastral@gmail.com. It's James the number 4, astral@gmail.com. If you're interested in the donation information, that's below, same email. Thanks again for watching. Have a great day.